So let's move to the next tense, which is past tense. So here past tense is used to describe a past activity or an action. It is a form of the verb that defines the events that have already occurred. For example, he left before I reached. Priya wrote a letter to her friends from camp. Rima attended the wedding functions. So these are the examples of past tense. Past tense is also divided into four subparts. The four subparts are simple past tense, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous. So let's start with our first tense, that is simple past tense. So, simple past tense represents the actions that occurred and were completed in the past. That means, I was on leave yesterday, which means that I was on leave yesterday. That is completed and finished. The rule for simple past tense is subject plus second form of verb plus object. For example, Rita went to school. So here subject is Rita. Went. Went is the second form of verb go. Go, went, gone. So went is the second form. School here is object. Example is Rita ate the food. Rita, subject. Ate here is the verb second form of eat. Eat, ate, eaten. So ate is the second form. Food here is the object. So let's move to the next subpart, which is past continuous tense. So past continuous tense is basically represents the action or the actions that were occurring in the past. For example, he was dancing when I was there. So it means when I was there, he was dancing, which means the actions were ongoing in the past when we are talking about the past. So the rule behind past continuous is subject plus was for singular plus verb first form plus ing plus object. Like I was eating pudding, which means I is singular, that is singular subject, plus was plus verb first form, which is eat, plus ing eating, plus pudding, that is the object. And in the case of plural, we use were instead of was, and whole rule remains same. So for example, they were writing a letter to the editor. So they is plural, were for the plural, writing. Write plus ing, writing a letter to the editor. So let's move to the next part of past tense, which is past perfect. Here this tense indicates action completed before another past action happened. Basically, here, so when we talk about any action related to past that occurred but before another past action or event. For example, he had completed the assignment before the deadline. So the action of completing the assignment is already completed before another past action, which is deadline here. So the rule behind past perfect tense is subject plus had plus third form of verb plus object. For example, he had taken the token when she called. He here is subject, had, third form of verb take is taken, the token that is the object when she called. When she called is another past action or event. So we always use had in past perfect and we always use has and have in present perfect. Move to the next subpart, which is past perfect continuous. So this tense emphasizes the duration of an action before another past event. For example, he had been working there for 5 years before he resigned. So here it emphasizes the duration of an action, which means the 5 years with that action that he had been working before. Before means before the another past event, which is before he resigned. So the rule behind Past perfect continuous tense is subject plus had been plus first form of verb plus ing plus object. For example, I had been eating diet food for the whole summer. He had been standing in the rain the whole night. So there's no singular plural in this case. We always use had been in past perfect continuous tense.